Hello, everyone. First and foremost, I want to thank Carrie and the family for allowing me the distinct honor and privilege to serve as their family liaison. It has honestly been my biggest honor. I first met Kirk when he transferred into the Solano area. My first thought was, well, who is this bright-eyed, bleach blonde porcupine? Well, I would soon know. Right away, I liked him, and we became instant friends. When he joined our motor squad, we became family. He quickly earned my respect and was one of those guys that when I was heading into work, if I saw his bike parked out there, I was actually excited to get to work. The type of officer he was convinced me to talk him into becoming our union rep. It took a few conversations to get him in there. A decision he probably regretted at least a few times, but during the course of that, made some lifelong friendships, I'm sure. Nevertheless, he had the respect of both management and the troops. I admired his tenacity and love for the job, which paled in comparison only to his love for you and the kids. Carrie, Katie, Casey, and Cole, if you ever want to see Kirk, all you need to do is look up towards the heavens, because Hollywood is truly among the stars.
Hello, everyone. I first met Kirk in 1991 when we were stationed at the Naval Weapons Station here in Concord. He was already there when I arrived. The first thing I noticed about Kirk was his perfect teeth, his perfect hair, and his overall coolness. It's no wonder he was called Hollywood. I was the new guy there, just the boot Marine. And as some of the Concord Marines that are here today can attest to this, new Marines had to figure out things or they will pay a high price. But Kirk, the gentleman that he was very helpful and truly kind to me. He helped me get settled in using only kind, friendly words that you normally don't hear in the Marines. That first day I will never forget. That day was uneventful because of him. I didn't have to do not one push-up. Since we were in the same platoon, we developed a friendship that will ultimately last for years. I remember talking about him and talking about Carrie all the time, about how in love he was, about how lucky he was. And I mentioned this to Carrie before. It's starting to get annoying. I will tell him, okay, Kirk, you're in love. I get it. But the truth was that Carrie and Kirk, their relationship was one that many, many people dream of having. You guys did everything together. No secrets was your motto, and you guys created a beautiful family. He said that you guys were perfect for each other because one of you was crazy and the other one was normal. and that evened things out. Yeah, and after 25 years, more than 25 years, I still don't know which one of you is the normal one. In the end, Kirk died doing what he loved. He was not only a better Marine and a CHP officer than I was, he was a better man. He was an incredible inspiration to me and to everyone he met. He had a heart of gold, Carrie, and he was my best friend. August 10, 2018 will be a day I will never forget. I mean, how could one recover from something like this? But I know Kirk is looking down at all of us and smiling and saying it will get better. Because as they say, time heals all wounds. So for him, I will move on, one foot in front of the other. To Carrie, Casey, Katie, and Cole, Sheldon, and Helen, you are not alone in this nightmare. You have many friends and lots of family. And I make you guys this promise here. Joyce, my wife, and I will always be there for you. We will honor Kirk's memory forever.
I'm back again. I don't think I could top that. So Kirk Griess. The first time I met Kirk, I was working a cozy detail with him in the Oakland area. And during our conversations, I found out that his nickname was Hollywood. And I figured it must have been because of his dapper good looks and his perfect hair. While working with Kirk, I soon found out that he was also a touchy-feely kind of guy. And I was like, hey, what the heck? Because I'm one too, you know. So at that time, our friendship begun. So I basically, we both ended up transferring to Solano, and we were both motors together. During our time, Kirk and I became inseparable. We were commonly referred to as Will and Grace by our peers, which was all good. We enjoyed it. But on a serious note, all the motors here know they have that one guy they ride well with and mesh with. And Kirk was that guy for me. I'm going to steal a line from one of Kirk's favorite movies, Young Guns. We were pals. Love you, brother.
It's my distinct honor and privilege to say a couple of kind words about my brother, Kirk Griess. Thank you, Kara, for giving me this opportunity. Last Friday morning, we lost someone who we all love, Officer Kirk Griess. With Kirk's death, we have lost so much. We're grief-stricken, heartbroken, but we're forever grateful to have known him. Every officer accepting a call that has set them apart. Those wearing the uniform assume the risk for the safety of strangers. Each day, officers in our families share unspoken knowledge that each day can bring new dangers. But none of us could have been prepared for what happened. I was blessed to have Kirk as a friend and a brother for 18 years. His desire and passion to save lives and make an impact was evident. During his long tenure with the department, he became a member of our family, especially the motor squad. His passion to do the job was incredible. He's an officer that had it, whatever it may be. The officers here know what I'm talking about. The unique ability to make an arrest that stands out. There are many memories I had of Kirk, but there's one story I wanted to share, one that stands out for me. Several years ago, the motor squad was riding in formation eastbound 80 in the number 1 lane approaching Air Base Parkway. This is in the city of Fairfield. It was early in the morning and still dark out. Sunrise had not occurred yet. Out of nowhere, a car passed us from the right in the number 2 lane at well over 100 miles per hour. As the vehicle passed us, it swerved into our lane, narrowly missing us by only inches. We were all still in shock by what happened and hadn't even reacted yet. Kirk, on the other hand, immediately broke away from the pack and caught up to this vehicle to make a stop on the errant driver like a laser-guided missile. Luckily for Kirk, he was on a BMW that day, or maybe he wouldn't have been able to catch up to that vehicle. little heart of humor there. When we finally caught up to Kirk, he already had the driver out of the car, was conducting a DUI investigation. The driver was a repeat offender with a BHC of nearly 3 times the legal limit. Kirk said, "Hey, I got this. You guys go to coffee." And told us he would catch up with us later. This is what Kirk was all about, selfless. When we talk about commitment to excellence, that's a choice that we make, and that's the choice that Kirk made. And the way he lived his professional and personal life. By the way, Kirk did make it to coffee that day. He was also very efficient as well. To the Griess family, you always be a member of our family. Kirk's shift here on earth is done. God has called him home. I'll miss coffee in the morning, shared lunch breaks, Christmas parties, birthday parties, and barbecues, but most of all, I miss his friendship. Your brothers and sisters in law enforcement will continue to fight the good fight, knowing you are with us as a guardian from above. Lastly, I want to thank God for ensuring that my path in life crossed with Kirk's. There's no doubt my life and my family's life has been enriched because of it. As I sat at my computer and I was writing these words, I felt a sudden urge to Google the word Kirk. I don't know if anybody's ever done that, and find its meaning. What I found was incredible. The word Kirk actually means a church. Look where we are right now. Amazing. I love you, Kirk. Until we meet again, my friend.